So at a time when Hasbro is hitting some stock level lows that are quite historical for the company, not since the early 2000s, people that I know that have stock in the company, me included, I'm a Hasbro stock owner. Keep in mind, I have not pulled any of that stock. I am someone that more weathers the storm and is much more patient. But a lot of people that I know have pointed fingers to why the stock has gone down between Magic cards and their craziness that's going on with Wizards of the Coast. And some even blame the pronouns of Transformers that are going on in Transformers Earthspark for some of the stock going down and a lot of it being sold. But let's not talk about the negativity and everything that's going on Hasbro's side of things. Let's look at something that actually went up for Hasbro. And it's that of Transformers HasLab Deathsaurus. A lot of people were shocked to see that there was a huge boost in the backing for this HasLab item over the past couple of days. So I'm just going to kind of address what's going on, look at the pull up that has happened here, and just give my little take. So, I talked about it on the live stream, and 2 weeks ago on Saturday, we did a little screenshot, and we're like, okay, November 5th, 2022, they're at about 5,800 backers. Okay, not really a big boost because they went 4,000 on day one. They got a good 800 by day two. And then by the time we had our live stream 2 weeks ago, they were at about 5,800. So it really slowed down at that point. A week after that, which was just last live stream, we were now at this point of 6,300. So, okay, so it went up about 800 backers in 1 week. So pretty good move. If it keeps doing that, they'll at least get through the 11,000 needed to just get the core figure. And then out of nowhere over the past 2 days, boom, 2,500 just were dropped on it. And people were like, wow, what's going on? And what really happened was China, Hong Kong, South Korea, and Australia, and Japan had added their orders to it. With, if I believe Mexico is starting today, is going to be starting their orders. So that's one thing of why it went up so much. But I will say this. I'm a little disappointed. Only 2,500 from those regions. You would have thought that it would have been a little more. So that bumps it up now to 8,965 as of this recording. Obviously, it's probably gone up since then, I hope. But only 2,500, a little more over 2,500, about 2,600 about. But I was expecting a little more. And when you really think about it, we really need to have 11,000 to just get the core figure, which I think it will hit that much. But when you look at what the other stuff is, we need 14,000 to get the mace, the living metal destroying cannon, and those two little Jetfire recolor blast accessories. 14,000, another 3,000 after the base goal. And then after that, to get 17,000 just to get the throne and the stand. And then, oh boy, if there's some kind of secret third tier, stretch goal, and assuming, judging by these intervals of 3,000 every time from the base, 21,000 for the third tier. I don't know, man. I'm feeling that the strong possibility is this is going to get backed, but I don't think we're going to get all the bells and whistles. I really don't think so. I'm surprised how, especially China, that has such a large buying power, and how they're not participating as much as I thought they would. So maybe it's them just backing out. Maybe they feel it's overpriced. I mean, I feel it's overpriced. Aaron Archer literally just did a live stream a couple of days ago, and even he feels it's overpriced, and he knows even better than I do how it comes with, plastic costs and everything like that, and what you're getting for what you're paying for. So it's something where maybe just people are kind of backing off. And it also adds to the thing, and I said this before, the 4,000 that we got initially on day one, that was a lot of guys, people that I even know personally, buying 2 or 3 of them, in that one shot. And for every one guy that's buying 2 or 3 of them to have them displayed in both modes or something, there's like 20 guys that bought 2 or 3 of them and are already writing up their eBay listing. Let's put it that way. I mean, hell, right now, Victory Saber, which really isn't in the hands of anybody right now. He's starting to ship out, but he's really not in everyone's hands right now. And yet, over the past week and a half, there's been over like 20 eBay listings. And even right now, I think there's already 20 sold eBay listings. You know, so it's something where I'm just going like, I feel that we kind of end up in, I hate to say it, like the Beanie Baby kind of situation, where a lot of people are buying more for the hope of reselling than they are buying because they're actually passionate about this character. And yeah, of course, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people that backed it, that are exceptions to the rule, that enjoy this character. Again, I love Transformers Victory. I love this figure. I think this figure looks amazing. My problem is cost. It's like, wow, this is really overpriced for what you're getting, but whatever. That's my opinion. Some people might disagree with me. That's fine. But I'm just saying, you know, like this one has a very weird kind of dance that's going on right now with everything. And I just, my biggest concern more than anything is this price that people are going to be paying is not going to change regardless of how many, you know, backer extras it gets. So there's going to be people that are backing this, hoping that it's going to get, you know, the living metal cannon and the blast accessories and the mace. And imagine if it gets, you know, 3-4 days away from being finished and it's not anywhere close to that 14,000. I'm worried that people are going to back out, and then it's going to start dropping because they're going to lose confidence and go, well, I'm not going to back this at its core cost of $179.99 if I'm not going to get the extra stuff with it. Like, I'm just getting the core figure and that's it. And then they might back out, and then it's going to put the numbers down lower and even hurt the chance more of it even getting those upper tiers. It's something where, number one, I think Hasbro, if they do know what that third tier is, they should really reveal it as soon as possible. I've had people telling me, oh, well, when they reveal the color images, it's gonna bump up things and make people more interested. I don't know. I'll tell you this right now. And I've talked about this with Aaron. You know, it always looks better in its prototype colors. Gray resin prototype, that matte gray, really makes all the details pop. Sometimes when you put something in color, the details get washed away. You know, they really do. I always like to bring up Overload. he's the golden example. But that's something where I'm going to be like, oh man, it could help some people who are on the fence now go, okay, now I want to back it because of the colors. But it also might make people go, ooh, not what I was expecting. I think I'm going to back out. So it's something that they could go both ways. Double-edged sword on that one. So we'll see what happens. But, I mean, I was expecting more from the regions that actually kind of grew up with this design. China was able to see this design growing up in the late 80s, early 90s. Japan, of course, 100%. Hong Kong, South Korea, they got that stuff. You know, even Philippines isn't factored into this, but they also got that stuff in English dub. That's the Singapore Star TV dub, which also was aired in the Philippines on, I believe it was, I forget what that Tagalog channel was. We have it here in Canada too at one point in the 90s. But anyways, point being is it is what it is. But we'll see what happens. I'm very curious to see how this goes, because between the Ghost Rider one not getting backed, the Avalon Hill one not getting backed, those two failing, for this one to succeed but not go the distance would really make Hasbro, you know, scratch their head and go, what's going on? Combined with all the other drama that's going on with themselves as a company and everything. So let me know what you think. It's very, you know, it's a weird time right now. It's a weird time. You know, we're slowly getting out of the big V world, and we're kind of going back to a little bit of a normal world now. And Hasbro's going through worse stuff than they ever had than when the world was supposedly going to end, you know, when everyone was thinking it was the end of the world. So who knows? But I don't know. I have all these conflicting feelings that even my logic can't break through, because there's just so much bizarre stuff going on, both behind the scenes, in front. There's just it's a weird world coming from a very weird company.